Once upon a time, there was an ugly little man who lived in an ugly little house by the lake of broken dreams. Early each morning, he would rise and get dressed, climb into an old worn-out pair of fishing boots, and drag himself to the dock to prepare his nets. His days were spent filling his ugly little boat with fish. Then he would sell them to the seafood merchant in town and return to his lonely life by the lake. Under the heat of the midday summer sun or the cold of brisk winter mornings, he would often look at his catch and declare, "Surely these are the ugliest fish anyone has ever seen." Some days, he would don his boots complaining. "Besides these old boots," he would think, "nothing seems to fit." He often thought of leaving, but where would he go? This was his life. He had everything he truly needed, so he stayed. On the very average morning of a very average day, the man was inspecting the draw of fish that he had just pulled in from his net. There, amidst the many ugly fish flopping around on the deck of his boat, was a beautiful golden fish. He had never seen a beautiful golden fish before, so he scooped up some water in a bucket and took it home. After delivering his normal catch of fish in town, he came home to consider his new pet. "So beautiful," said the man. "But a beautiful fish should have a beautiful tank." And he went about the task of designing one. He gathered glass and wood and rubber and rocks. He sawed and sanded and carved fancy patterns. He assembled and sealed it and filled it with lake-like elements. When he was finished, he had designed the most beautiful fish tank anyone had ever seen. "So beautiful," said the man. "But a beautiful fish tank should be in a beautiful house." And he went about the task of renovating his home. For months he hammered and sawed and fastened in place, refinished, refurbished, removed and refaced, redesigned, rebuilt, and repainted each room until his house was completely transformed. When he was finished, he had the most beautifully renovated house anyone had ever seen. "So beautiful," said the man. "And while I'm at it, a beautiful house on the lake should have a beautiful boat." And so he went about the task of creating his boat. He rounded up materials, welded metal, measured, cut, and fit wood together. He collected components, connected equipment, and fashioned and polished the materials. When he had finished, he had created the most beautiful little boat anyone had ever seen. As time went on, the man noticed that something was changing. Because of the beautiful golden fish, he was beginning to truly enjoy the lake. Beautiful things surrounded him. One day, he decided to go out just for fun. He scooped the golden fish into a glass bowl so they could enjoy the sunny afternoon together on the water. While he was relaxing, enjoying the breeze, the golden fish leapt out of the bowl and over the side of the boat into the lake and swam away. The little man was crushed. "So ugly is this life," he cried. "This truly is the lake of broken dreams." He went into his house and did not come out for many days. But his despair did not fade. It only grew worse. Finally, he declared, "I will leave this place," and he ran. By the time he reached the other side of the town, he bumped into a woman who recognized him. "Aren't you the one whose tasty fish is famous all through town? Also, I need a tank for my guppies, and I've heard you make the best around." But the man replied, "I don't think I can. My vision of beauty is gone," and he ran. After a while, he reached the other side of the lake where he bumped into a man who recognized him. "Aren't you the one whose tasty fish is known throughout these shores? And could you counsel me? I want my house to look like yours." But the man replied, "I don't think I can. My vision of beauty is gone," and he ran. Up into the mountains he sped, fleeing from his misfortune like an athlete in rubber boots. He bumped into a family of vegetable farmers who recognized him. You're the one whose tasty fish brings joy to all us mountain kinds. We see that boat you made so well and beg you, show us your designs. But the man replied, I don't think I can. My vision of beauty is gone. And he ran. Finally, the ugly little man came to a lake on the mountain. There he collapsed, exhausted from all his running, and fell soundly asleep. He dreamt that he dove deep into the water, which, quite unlike his own lake, was murky and dark. Almost immediately, the beautiful golden fish swam to him. The man begged it to come home with him, never noticing that it was now several times his size and would no longer fit in the tank he had built. The beautiful giant golden fish calmly spoke these words. I was yours long before I swam into your net, but all becomes ugly to those who forget. In your dream, in your work, in your loss, look for me. The beauty is inside. Remember and see. The man looked at his friend longingly for a moment, letting the words sink in. Then he said, all that is waiting for me back home is a lake of broken dreams. What should I do now? To which the fish replied, your lake has this name. All lakes are the same. Go share what you do. Someone's vision is you. And with that, it turned and swam away. So the ugly little man went home, but along the way, he showed the mountain farmers how to make a beautiful boat for their lake. He helped a man rebuild and remodel his home. He designed a tank for guppies for a woman in town, and while he was still on the road, he became beautiful.